this was a stupid idea. Oh dear. Oh, hello everybody. My name's Callum. I'm a PT online coach, and this is Iron Habits Methods on school platform. So basically, what this is my way of trying to teach a little bit more about the fundamentals of resistance training. And the reason why I'm doing that is because resistance training is foremost one of the best ways to exercise. It should be in everybody's program, no matter your age or ability. Because the thing is, resistance training improves not only everything in the gym, bigger muscles, stronger muscles, more defined muscles, whatever. All the mundane tasks that get a little bit difficult when you get a little bit older, it improves all that. So I'm talking like climbing the stairs, picking up your kids, picking up your grandkids, all the things that just become a little bit harder as you get older in life, and all the things that makes you feel like you're getting on a bit, or even just like getting injured. Like there's ways around this where the thing is, resistance training can not only prevent injury, it can help you rehab, it can make you feel better, more confident. And again, it should be in everybody's routine. So on the platform, on the free tier, I just want to cover all the big essential movements. So that's a squat, that's a bench, and that's a deadlift. These three main exercises are compound movements. For those who don't know what a compound movement is, it's basically an exercise that covers a lot of different muscle groups. So bench press, I'm talking squat. Oh, no, you're not. So bench press, you're covering your chest, your shoulders, and your triceps. You squat, full lower body movement, including some of your core, your lower back, even your top of your back if you wanted to include that as well. Deadlift is one of the king of all exercises. It's a full body movement. But again, with all three of these exercises, including deadlift, there's a trade-off. If we're not performing them correctly and unsafely, it's going to have negative effects as well. So main thing is I want to teach some fundamentals about keeping safe, building confidence, progressing, and also showing you some variations that you don't have to do with the barbell. So for a complete beginner who doesn't want to start with a barbell or might have some limitations, there's plenty of other variations we can utilize in the gym, at home as well. Again, it's about improving and building upon these exercises. We all got to start somewhere, and there's always an entry point for you as well. So if that sounds like a good idea, jump on the platform. There's various other things in the VIP section as well if you want to have a look at those later. But for now, jump on, see what it's all about, introduce yourself as well, and I'll see you on the platform. Right, got to try and get out of here now. Hello, hello. So, the barbell bench press, one of the kings of the upper body movements. It's obviously one of the most ego-lifted moves that you'll ever see in a gym. But essentially, I'm going to go through three main points about the bench press. So there's going to be 4 variations. So there's going to be a flat barbell, there's going to be an incline barbell, and then there's going to be the dumbbell variations to that. So the dumbbell bench press and the incline dumbbell bench press. We're going to go over creating a stable base. We're going to be going over the bar path and elbow position, and we're going to be going over the bracing, the breathing, and bending the bar. So these 3 main points not only keep you engaged, it creates a driving force to get the bar back off your chest, it helps you breathe better, and it gets you a little bit more confident. So what I tend to see and what I've worked through with my clients before is they tend to create too narrow of a base when they're on the bench, meaning the feet are not be wide enough, they're not bracing hard enough, and they end up like seesawing because they've got nothing to drive against. The thing is about the bench press, you've got to treat it a little bit like a push-up. So imagine you're doing a push-up and we're pushing ourselves away from the floor. Much different motion as when we're just pushing a bar away from us, okay? We're just trying to push a bar off as bodies. We're thinking about our arms, our shoulders. When we're doing a push-up, we're pushing the world away from us. And it's the same concept with the bench press. So I'm going to show you the barbell bench, I'm going to show you incline and the dumbbell variations as well. Okay, so the flat barbell bench press to start with. So the first thing we're going to do is start from the feet upwards, okay? So I'm going to plant my feet. I'm going to try and put my feet towards in line with my hips. What this is going to create is arching your back, but we're not trying to arch the back. We're trying to push the shoulders into the bench. Okay. So essentially, most people's going to back bench like this. So the back nice and flat. What I'm wanting is to tuck that chest out, push them shoulder blades back and create a little bit more give between you and the bar. So I'm going to place my feet as far as I can towards my hips. So again, if mobility is an issue, as long as you can get your feet wide and get your feet close towards your hips, that is fine also. All we're trying to do is create a stable base. So I'm going to do it while I'm sat up, tuck my feet there, and now I'm stable. All I'm going to do is shift my bum back a little bit, and then I'm going to lay back. When I do lay back, so for a lot of you, you're going to be working with fixed bench press mechanisms. What's the word? Fixed bench press stations, okay? I'm working with a Smith machine rack variation, so I have to put the bench here. Most of the time, the barbell's always going to be behind you, but if you're setting it up manually, always make sure that when you lay down, the barbell is slightly out of your eye line. You don't want it directly in your eye line, and I'll show you why in a minute. Okay, so I'm going to shift my bum forward and lay down and get the bar just above my eye line. So already, I'm in a position where my shoulders are back, my chest is up, and then we're going to go for bar placement. So where's my hands going on the bar? Every single Olympic barbell will come with locating rings. So you've got 2 rings there, and basically it's a good way to find the position of your hands. I like to go with a 90-degree angle width. Okay, so wherever my hands come at 90 degrees, they'll go somewhere close. So there, my index finger or my middle finger's hitting her in the inside ring. And that's essentially where we're going to be. Okay, and that's not a rough guide. That's basically just giving a roundabouts. But again, you're going to play with the hand positions and see where you feel most comfortable. And just as a reminder, when you're practicing, do not put any weight on the bar, yeah? Okay, so fingers are on, hands are on, and I'm almost ready to go. Second thing is breathing. So when I'm breathing, I'm talking about when I'm going to breathe in and when I'm going to breathe out during the movement. So essentially, I'm going to breathe in when the bar's coming down, breathe out when the bar is coming up. The next one is taking the bar off. So like a push-up, I'm going to drive my back into the bench and push the bar off. Okay? And I'm going to try to bring it out towards the top of my chest. So just out of my eye line, just towards the top of my chest. And then I'm going to do something called bend the bar. So essentially bend the bar, I'll just show you in a second, is bending the bar towards away from me. So just an example, bending the bar is essentially holding the barbell like this, straighten it out a little bit, and all I'm going to do is bend it. So I'm not trying to physically pull it down towards me. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to bend it away from me. So if I'm like this, facing the wall, I am bending the bar towards the wall. Creates tension, and it also lowers your shoulders. So if I'm sitting upright and I do this, I'm naturally, chest is coming up, lats are getting engaged, shoulders are coming down. And that puts you in a safer position. So again, tuck the feet down, bend the bar, deep breath, and then push the world away, take the bar off. So next thing I'm going to do is look at my elbow position. So now I'm bending the bar, my elbows are automatically coming in. What we don't want to do is have them coming so far that when we bring it down, his elbows are going to be nice and tucked. That's not what we want. And we don't want the opposite, where his elbows are really flared, because it puts your shoulders at risk, and that's not where you want to be. So somewhere in that middle range, you're going to find a comfortable spot. So I'm going to bend the bar, deep breath in, bring it down, bring it back up. I am looking to bring the bar towards the middle of my chest. So I'll just show you. So I'm starting at my eye line and I'm going to come down towards the middle of my chest. So a little bit like a diagonal line. Down and push off. Okay. Deep breath in. When I'm pressing, I'm pushing my toes into the floor. I'm pushing myself forward like I'm going to come off the bench. Okay. I'm not going up so my glutes leave the bench. I'm pushing forward. So deep breath in. Off. And then so the three main points: foot position, stability, making sure your arse is on the pad, making sure that you try to tuck your feet slightly towards under your hips, creates a little bit of an arch in your back, driving your upper back into the pad and creating that nice big tension. The second one, hand position on the bar, find something that comes around 90 degrees and try and make sure it's equal. That's what the locating rings are for. And also making sure bending the bar. Then the last one, breathing. So taking the bar off, deep breath in, deep breath out. Exact same thing on the incline as well. So I'm doing a high incline again. If you've got a fixed station, same method applies. Feet, arse on the pad, laying back, creating that nice big sort of braced arch position. And then position on the barbell, I'd probably go a little bit wider. So wherever your fingers are on the locating rings, move a finger over towards the outside. Okay, so I'm here, I'll move out. I'm going to pull myself into it, and then I'm going to take a deep breath and push the world away, coming off. So the only difference is, instead of coming towards the middle of my chest, I'm going to aim towards the top of my chest, but still bending the bar, deep breath in, down towards the middle, still working on that diagonal. So this barbell might be towards my eye line here, and that's where we're going to start from. Down, out. Dumbbell variations, so incline. So when we're looking at the incline bench, you've got a high incline and you've got a low incline. Doesn't really matter which one you choose. I choose higher incline just for I get more of a stretch. But again, starting on a lower incline might help build your confidence first. So, going for here, the bracing, the breathing, everything stays the same. Obviously, because we've got two dumbbells, we're working unilaterally, which is a fancy way of saying instead of having one big weight to handle, we've got two separate weights, okay? So your arms are going to be working more independently, and we have to be more conscious of where your arms are going. So the easiest way to get the dumbbells up without crushing your face, your chest, or anything in between is rolling the weight onto you. So I've got two dumbbells in the middle of my leg, and essentially what I'm going to do is I'm going to rock back, but I'm going to take my knees with me. So I'm going to stay in sort of this L-shaped position. So deep breath, bring them up and back. So again, if I'm here, I can bring them onto my chest first, then turn them, then push them, okay? So when I'm here, I'm gonna take a nice big deep breath. Because your dumbbells are independent, we can change his elbow position by just placing the dumbbells where we want them. So I'm gonna sort of turn them inwards a little bit, take a nice big deep breath, and all I'm gonna do, come into the outside of my chest just a little bit, play around with the depth. Again, this is a skill, so it takes time. Do not speed up, especially when you're getting ready. So again, the same variation. Again, don't throw the weights like that. But I'll cut that bit out. Okay. And then lastly, the exact same variation, but on the flat bench. So all I'm gonna do is, because we're rolling the weight, is adjust the feet when I'm already down there. So roll, feet up, onto your chest, tuck your feet, drive it up, drive your upper back into the pad, keep your ass on the pad, deep breath in, press. And again, trying to get the dumbbells on the outside of your chest, okay? And that's basically it. Again, you could talk for hours about all the intricate little bits, but stick to those three main points: stability, bracing, so keeping your ass on the bench, trying tucking your feet a little bit towards your hips, creating a little bit of an arch, and driving your upper back into the pad. That'll create a good stable base to bench from. Second part is hand placement. So this counts more towards the barbell. Where you have your hands, look towards 90 degrees. Use the locator rings that are on the bar. Is a good way to be equal. So you're not a little bit off, a little bit here. And also your breathing and stability and your elbow position. When it comes to bench, like every single exercise that we're going to cover on this platform, it's a skill. So again, keep working towards getting better at it every time and notice how things are feeling. Does everything feel tight before you set off? So everywhere from your lats all the way down to your legs, do you feel tension? Do you feel solid? Do you feel stable? If you do, continue doing the exercise. If you don't, try and work on tightening those bits up. Because again, if we can maintain safety, we can progress. If there's any energy leaks, so if there's anything that's sort of being a little bit weaker in a place, that's where we're going to lose strength and that's where we could get injured. But yeah, that's the bench press. Again, play around with it. Start with a variation. So I always advised it's good for people to start on the dumbbells. For some reason, it gets people a lot better. It improves the shoulder strength. Because you're working unilaterally, you're able to build that independent strength in each arm, each chest muscle. Some people just correlate to it better. But again, try all of them, see what fits best, and do them all if it benefits you. But these are just the fundamentals behind the bench press.